Welcome back. So now that we know about how to use the app settings to get information, let's try to start using it. Now again, as I said, it's going to take a couple of videos before we are done with setting up all the security for JWT tokens. I want to kind of explain the parts of it so that you guys know what's going on. Now the first thing I want to do now is actually jump back to the guide right here, or the example he's put in here. And I want to start by just copying this part right here of adding authentication itself. Now let's start there. I'm going into configure service in my startup file. I'm just going to paste it in right here. Now, notice out of the box, you can just add authentication like this. You don't have to do anything else. This will actually just set up some default information about how the way we should authenticate inside our backend right here. But I want to go with JWT, so I have to give some more information about what schemas to use to kind of support JWT tokens in my system. So let's just put in everything right here. Now, he puts in the term X right here in his example. I'm not a fan of using that. I want to use some names that we can actually kind of reference to. So I'm going to rename this and just call it authentication options like this instead. And now you can see that we just added that authentication option right there. Now it fails right now, and that's of course because it doesn't know what JWT bearer is, because this is a choice you make, a package you have to add if you want to use JWT, because it's not default in the Microsoft setup right here. So what we'll do is we'll explain that we need to use authentication schema and authentication challenge right here. We want to use those two from the JWT bearer package that is actually available. So we need to install this package. Now you can do it in a few ways. You can go and find the package manually on NuGet packages, or you can do Alt Enter and just say go and look for the package on nuget.org. As soon as I do that, it'll pop up right here and say, don't you want to use this package right here? I'll say, yes, I want to use that package. I want to use version 5.12, not the 6.0, because I'm still using version 5 as my main.NET setup. So I'll use 5.12 right here. I'll add that to my web API, install it, and now we're going to get the JWT bearer available, meaning that now we've explained that we want to use authentication and we actually want to use the default JWT authentication schemas right here in order to do that. So that was step one. So let's just end it right here. Now you know about how we can add authentication and the schemas for the authentication. Next lesson we'll start actually adding the different bearer token information. See you next time. Bye.